It's that time of year again, summertime. How do we stay cool in the RV? There are definitely strategies to help you. Old RVs, new RVs, moderate heat, extreme heat. Let's rock. So with the sun blazing through the window, and it's not a perfectly sunny day. There's clouds going in and out, but look at this. 101 degrees, that black strip right there. 85 degrees just on the couch right there. And over here, not in the sun, 74 degrees. So that's how much you can have an effect just by blocking out these windows. So it's literally 10 seconds later. And obviously, when I check the surface temperature of this thing, 78 degrees, not 100 degrees. Okay. And of course, all of this area is going to be cool. And then I'm also going to just drop the blind and I'm going to get double insulation. So as far as windows go, moderate, drop the blinds. Extreme heat, cover those windows and drop the blinds, make a huge difference. Moving on. Another way that I've not heard talked about a lot, and I try to bring you things that are not just commonly known, that awning right there. Anytime you can keep the sun from touching your RV, it makes a huge difference. But how much difference? Temp gun, let's take a look. So my dark brown decal with the sunshine on it. That says 99 degrees. I don't know if you can see it. 99. The white part, 90. Amazing how colors, how different they are. Now let's find a spot in the shade. Here's the same color decal in the shade. 90, not 99. And 86 for that white part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my awning out, and we'll see when I do that, anywhere the awning is out, the sun won't be on the RV, especially as the sun travels. It's going to be out there soon, putting more sun on the side of the RV. And so that will help dramatically keep the sun off, just like that shaded area. Let's check the shaded area. 87, 99, and 100. So put your awnings out. Also, it does help to have slide toppers. My rig has 3 slide toppers, 1 on each slide. Slide toppers keep the sun off, and so they help as well. And there we have it. Look at how much more shade I just got and how much I'm not in the sun. All that area in the shade, huge difference taking that out of the equation. We just got this here and some over here. Amazing difference. Every little piece that we can do to help the air conditioner makes a difference. Let's keep on making a difference. Please, sir, may I have permission to pass? May I come in? So here we are in the front bedroom. Hello. There's Bobcat. There'll be a video about my cats coming up soon. Cats and RV life. They are a perfect match. So, as I stated before, this room is very small and this guy can make this room way too cold. It's not a big room, obviously. Okay. There's Kit Kat. And so we have this small room, and this AC is easily able to over chill this room. So what we're going to do is that fan right there blowing right across the output. I keep him set at 68 max fan cool. He takes the air down quickly. He takes the air into the living room. And in that way, the small room is helping the big room. Okay, now I had someone comment and say, well, cold falls, you don't have to put a fan on it, it'll just fall. Well, I suppose if I wanted to just lay down here on the floor, that'd be nice and comfy. But I want to be comfortable in my living room. So this fan's moving the air quickly, and we're going out that way. I have the window open so there's some light in here and you can see. And then we're going to turn this guy on. Okay, and as you saw, that's a Vornado. Pushes a ton of air. So I'm bringing this cold air right into where I want it, which is the living space. So after we move the air from the small room that's overcooled into the bigger room, and I'm using my roof air, and you can hear me because I got a microphone and because I removed these slats, which made this much more quiet. We'll talk about that in a minute. That's one of the nice things about having an older RV. You can do things for efficiency you can't do in a brand new RV because you're scared to death to change anything. So that fan's bringing the air this way. That fan's sending it up that way. That whole house air filter is also a fan, and it sends it across. And I have created a vortex with a Vornado, and it keeps this room completely cool. This old guy is 20 years old. He's a Dometic RV roof air, and he is blowing at his source in the 30s. I love this old. It's noisy. It's a power hog, but in the summertime, he actually does a job. But look up inside here. I want you to see something that you might not know. I'm going to get a flashlight and point it up in here, and you can see that little square. That is the entirety of where your air comes from. That's it. And these fins here were noisy and blocking my air. Okay, now the other thing I did is when I bought this RV, these ducted airs were not working. And in old RVs, that's typical. Okay, so I capped them off because they're just holes in the ceiling that have channels that pass through and they get hot. And then the next step I'm going to do, I just did that, cap those. That's the opening. Okay, this opening right there. Okay, that feeds the uh, the air ducts. Now the air ducts in RVs are typically very inefficient. So this RV came originally with one air conditioner, which was woefully under air conditioned. And there's a duct, just like this duct here. There's three of them in here. The second one and a third one. Okay, there's two ducts in the main bedroom. The ducting itself, and this happens in a lot of old RVs, has collapsed. And so when these fins were still here, I could close them and force air into the ducting, okay, and I would get no air in the front bedroom. Very inefficient, even when it was brand new. So I'm eliminating the ducting system altogether. Up here, I'm closing off on both sides. They both have an opening. I'm closing them off, and every single bit of cold air is going to be dumped right here. Okay? So I can do cool stuff like that, no pun intended, because I have an old RV. If you have a new RV, right here you'll have slats. You can open and shut them. When it's hot, the most efficient use of this RV is those slats open and direct dump. Get all the cold air into the unit that you possibly can as quickly as you can. And now I'm dumping all of this cold air. It's 30 degrees right here, and then coming into this room and flooding this room with cold air. And then, as you saw, I'm moving it around with fans. Now we're going to talk about a strategy for one air. You're going to have to abandon rooms on extremely hot days. On moderate days, you can use fans to get cool air into the room that's not AC'd. On extremely hot days, you shut those doors and you cool the room that you can, because that's all your AC is going to be able to do. And so that's the strategy. Move the air everywhere. Always move the air with fans and get the air, keep the air moving around. But close doors and block off the areas that you cannot cool on the very hottest days, so you can survive in the room that has the AC. Okay, now a very quick word about the bathroom. Now, I don't know about you, but the entire purpose of my RV is so that I can be comfortable and have a very comfortable home. So, a lot of RVs do not have ducting in the bathroom. This fan, even your little 5-inch fart fan, I call it, and the industry calls it, or the Fantastic fan, will move air, and your door has gaps at the bottom, and some of them have them at the top as well. That's to allow airflow. So with your fan, you're blowing air out, you're pulling that cold air in, and you're not sitting inside of your bathroom sweating. Also, lights make heat. Those are hot. Turn them off every chance you get. Every light in the place, turn it off when you're not using it. They make heat. So there's how to keep your bathroom acceptably cool so that you can use the bathroom as intended without it becoming a sweat box. Now, on the very hottest of the hottest days, I abandoned the bathroom. And when I say hot, I mean we were in Needles, California. It was, I think, 112. The back wall of my RV, I literally could put my hand on it and it was hot. Like I couldn't leave my hand on it. It was so amazingly hot. So in a single air conditioner rig, you're going to have to abandon a room in the superheat. And then I'll abandon my bathroom if I have to. And then make sure I'm not cooking. Make sure I'm not making heat. I'm not running my air fryer. I'm not running the stove. Use your microwave or have some cold food on the really, really, really hottest days. Also, another strategy, get it cold, keep it cold. So I'm going to run my AC, literally, I'm going to run it all night long. I'm just going to keep it as cold as I can, so I'm sleeping with blankets on. If in the middle of hot summertime, I can get my rig down to 65, 64, 63 degrees at night, awesome. Leave everything completely sealed. Go in and out quickly. Use your awnings. Do everything you can to keep that cold air. And then in the afternoon, you won't be dying. You keep that cold air. You fight for it. You make it cold at night, and then you keep it cold. It's easier to keep it cold than it is to make it cold once it gets hot, especially in RVs. And so get it cold, keep it cold. Okay, call me crazy. Call me a hack. Crazy hack. But I'm going to take this to the next level. So I've still got a ridge here. The air can come down and get caught on this ridge, and on this ridge here, and on this ridge here. So I'm going to go straight from that opening to this opening. Now, for those of you freaking out, all of this can be undone with this cover. I can buy this cover. It'll have the louvers, and I'm done. And the rest is tape. This is Gorilla Tape. Now, this Gorilla Tape right there, To tell you how strong that is, that Gorilla Tape's been on there for over 2 years in the AC blowing environment. That's how good Gorilla Tape is. So I'm covering the ducts. The duct on this side is for him and him. The duct on the other side is for that guy and the front bedroom. And like I said, they're destroyed. So I'm covering the ducts so they don't just, so I'm covering them up so they don't just feed heat into my whole world. And then I'm going to streamline the airflow. Get you a flashlight right here and show you. Everyone should have a tactical flashlight and everything else that goes with a tactical flashlight. All right, that's the opening. And I'm going to streamline this opening from that to here all the way around so that that opening, I'm literally going to bring it down to this level and there'll be no edges to catch on. Haha. Crazy hack or genius innovation? Those two overlap sometimes. I'm just saying. Ooh, I am not going to lose one molecule of air. Let's fire it up. Now, I wish I had one of those devices that measured airflow. Somebody drop a comment. What's that called? But we're going to have to rely on my fingers to see if I feel a greater airflow. It is on. Yes, I believe there is a greater airflow. I can feel it. Let's take a look at what's going on up here. Ha ha! Crazy hack or genius? You know, I'm just going to go with genius. Let me know if you agree. Now, I got to say, I just noticed something that I didn't expect. It got quieter. I'm talking loud because it's on. I don't have to. It's on. Now, it got quieter when I removed the louvers and all the stuff in the way that was making a lot of wind noise. It got quieter when I did that. This got quieter again. This is an RV roof air, notoriously noisy, and I'm talking in a normal voice right next to it. It is much quieter. Was not expecting that, but you know, we're going to call the quietness just genius overflow. So my wife just came home. I showed it to her and she said two things. It's quieter and it looks nicer. Now, how many times does a man add duct tape, or in this case, Gorilla Tape, to an item and it looked nicer? Okay, my phone rang in my pocket and I lost my train of thought because I'm old and I'm out here still trying to help you out. And I really appreciate everybody that got me to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching and thanks for hitting like and subscribe. That helps more than you know. And the comments, gosh, I love the comment section of this channel. It's amazing and it's super helpful. And we get on this channel, we get like 20 positive comments to every stupid comment. And I even welcome stupid comments because sometimes they come back around and they start contributing and they stop being stupid. Leave a comment. So did I miss something that's obvious and simple to keep your RV cool? Let us know in the comments, help people out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.